Welcome back to part 2 of the double slammy what we were up to in December 2022 mess of a vlog. Thank you very much for bearing with us as we did not release anything in December itself, but here is the second part of what we got up to. In this episode, we clean a floor, drive from Worthing to Hereford, carry our dog, drive back to Worthing, we lay on the floor, then drive back to Hereford, get stuck in the snow, hang out with some hippies, and climb over a fence. It's been a weird month, but hope you enjoy it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode. Thank you all so much for the love on the last video. We always love seeing your comments and likes and that sort of thing. It sort of brings me life, so keep it up. Drop me in comments about how your day is going, because genuinely I care, and I love you guys. I tell you what though, we're currently, I don't even know where, somewhere south of London, and for the first time in a long time, we find ourselves with no real direction. Like, I don't know what it is, and I've only just realised it, but I've spent the last couple of months really needing to go here to do this, and then needing to go back to Suffolk to shoot that, and then needing to go to York to do that, and then needing to go there to do that, and then, you know what I mean? It's always been a case of something's going on and I've had to go somewhere. But now there's nowhere to be. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I'm kind of excited. I'm going to throw some polls up on Instagram to kind of decide where we go next, because I'm kind of torn between Cornwall, Wales and Scotland. I know they're all going to be cold and my diesel heater needs fixing, but I don't know, I'm kind of up for a bit of an adventure, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Before we go anywhere though, it's a laundry day, and while the laundry's doing, the van is just so messy. I feel like I've done nothing. I feel like the last 3 days have been spent cleaning the van, and it's not clean. But yeah, there's just lots of, the place we parked up last night was absolutely beautiful. I should have gotten some footage of it, so sorry about that. I need to remember that I have a drone now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I use it like hell the first few episodes, and then I keep forgetting that I've even got it. So yes, but that will change tonight when we park up. If it's not raining, I will get the drone out. Can you fly the drone in the rain? First though, I have a floor to clean. Look at this. Look at the place. How you doing? Is this you? Are you bringing in all this mess into our van? All this sandy paws? And they called her Sandy Paws. Yeah. How long do you think it'll stay that clean for? Good morning.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. certainly one of those times of days. We have the absolute pleasure today of being back in Luciana's hometown-ish kind of stomping ground. Not York. This is Hereford. Hereford, thank you. Before we do though, we're going to hang out with some friends, have some roast dinners, take the dogs for some walks in the woods. We woke up this morning at a beautiful spot on the River Severn. On like the little tip where the kind of the water goes in to the UK, not quite Wales yet. And oh, just it was so nice just to sit on the roof and have a cup of coffee again. I haven't done that in forever. So yeah, onwards. I think we're meeting. What's this wood called?
Hofwood.
We're going to Hofwood now, and we're going to park up, take old Jester Bubs for a walk, and see where the day takes us. I'm excited.
Hello, good afternoon. So today we are in Hereford, which is my hometown-ish.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's the first place I lived after I moved to the UK. As you can see behind me, there is a beautiful river and a beautiful cathedral. So it's a very historically important town. It was one of the main sort of cities that were important in the vaguely medieval period. I'm not sure exactly which end of it, but at the moment it's now just like a little very pretty farming town. So yeah, we're taking Jester out to have a look at the sights, and I'm gonna show Alec around. When it floods, which it did recently, it always does at the beginning of winter, the water will come right up over the edge of the wall of that pub, and sometimes they just serve coffee to people on little canoes who just come up to the wall.
So get the timing right, and we can canoe up to the wall and have a cup of coffee?
Absolutely, yeah.
Amazing.
So every year there's a huge river carnival where people build these huge river floats and like big kind of art sort of things. There's a big art college here. But there's always a parade that comes with torches and things down from the cathedral down this little street.
Oh, that's
and yeah, once we turn the corner, you will be able to see Hereford Cathedral. So we're now wandering through the cloisters, and this cathedral is actually home to one of the biggest... Wait for the bells. The biggest and oldest world maps ever made. It does not look quite like our world maps of today. Jerusalem is the very centre of it, and then all the other sort of continents are crudely drawn and kind of sort of outwards, and around the edges you've got lots of monsters and creatures that they sort of assumed must live at the edges of the earth, people with faces in their chests and all sorts of sea monsters and things. But yeah, they've got a big world map called the Mappa Mundi somewhere in this cathedral. We probably can't take the dog in, so
damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Over there is a statue of the composer Edward Elgar, who lived around here, leaning on his bicycle. And then this is one of the prettiest little Dickensian streets I have ever seen. It's got little craft shops and independent cafes and all sorts. Jester!
Jester, where are you going? Jester, no.
This is a great cafe.
Shall we go in for lunch?
We can do.
So we stopped in for a bit of lunch, and I've got to say, this restaurant was quite cool. Art all over the walls. They did postcards and Christmas cards and all that sort of thing. Jester, of course, hid under the table for the majority of it. And actually, while we were walking around this place and while we were kind of enjoying the markets, restaurants and things like this of Hereford, we discovered that Jester does not like towns. She really doesn't like crowds or people or anything to do with it, which we found her attempting to run into every single open shop door that she could. And at first we thought it was sort of keenness, like she wants to go exploring, but it quickly became apparent that actually it's nervousness. She was looking for somewhere to hide. Whenever we did go into shops, she'd just dart under tables and kind of sit there and refuse to come out. She is a very nervous doggo, bless her, and not a people person, which kind of suits our kind of nomadic, hippie, city-rejecting attitude. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is something we're going to work on, because we do want to be able to explore charming little villages, and we would like Jester to not be terrified while we do it. Give her a park, though, and she loves it. Any open space, anywhere she can be off-lead and run, and she is a happy, happy doggo.
So we started this morning with a little bit of a problem, and the problem is not only that Jester will only ride in the front if she gets her paws on the dash, which does wonders for visibility.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So very clearly blocking the mirror, but she's happy, so we'll see.
No, our problem this morning is that it has gotten very cold very quickly over the last few days. We are now in December, it's winter, and we could not turn our diesel heater on today. It would not come on. It is well and truly broken.
It has broken. It has broken the glow plug again. The second glow plug this diesel heater has broken in about a month. So we decided that probably the entire diesel heater, it could probably be repaired by better men than I, but I am not one of those men, so I am going to just replace it. Luckily, Darren at Beluga Van Conversions has a spare one that's not due to go into a van for a month or so, so he's allowing us just to nick his and replace it, which means we get another diesel heater today. Unfortunately, that's a dramatic change of plans, because we had planned to laze around the southern tip of Wales, catch up with friends and family, and then meander our way north to Scotland and bring you guys some beautiful mountains, scenes. Now we're still doing that, but severely delayed, while we now drive 3.5 hours back to where we just were last week, so that we can get this bloody diesel heater in place. There's no choice, it's so cold, it's -4 outside, so it's so cold.
Yep. Van life, baby.
Van life, baby.
Anything to say, Jester? No, you're still not super sure about the whole driving thing. How's it going?
It's going. That's the main thing.
That's good.
Buddy, how you doing? How you doing, you great lump? Get out of my face.
Yeah, if you want to come for breakfast in the morning, it's only round the corner, so it's a bit tricky to park there.
So an update for you. The old one is out. The new one is in. My hands are freezing. and I keep knocking my light over. Yeah, so at the moment it's just a case of getting your cold hands up in a bunch of cold metal and tightening up everything you can. But the fuel line's in, this should be the exhaust in, then I just need to work out the air intake and then hopefully push the button, and then hopefully it'll fire up and we'll end up with a nice warm heater straight off the bat. No problems, no resets, and I will not have to undo all of this. That's the optimistic hope. Let's see what happens.
So from the inside, this is how we're looking. It is labelled a 2 kilowatt diesel heater, but from the size of it, it clearly isn't. So we're gonna find out tomorrow or tonight, because it's cold enough. If it works, we're gonna find out how hot it actually gets. So we may go from icebox to furnace, but we'll see. What's going on?
It's struggling to get power where it needs it.
Success! Ish. We have somewhat warm air coming out, but at what cost? Don't ask me, I don't really understand how any of this works. But something about wires being yanked out, or fragile, or connected wrong, or something. Anyway, it's a bit of a mess, but it's kind of working enough for us to have a warmish van to sleep in tonight.
And a warmish van was eventually achieved. We made our way, thankfully, away from beluga van conversions and back up into the southern bit of Wales kind of area, back where we were. Glorious, beautiful drive in the snow, and we ended up at one of the most beautiful little bends in a river, with the kind of snow-capped hills, and sort of like glorious ice-cold running water. It was amazing, and with the glory of the diesel heater, luckily nice and comfortable for us as well. We get to the part in the vlog now, friends and allies, where back problems and van problems started to pronounce itself. My van has a fuel pump issue, and in fact we enjoyed this place so much the van didn't want to start to leave it. We did eventually kind of manage to convince it to work anyway, and it's an ongoing problem I've actually got to look into in the next episode. We didn't vlog a whole much over the next week or so. This sort of began the official kind of break between Christmas and New Year's for us. We did go and see the Stonehenge and the sort of like the dawn ceremony over at Stonehenge, which was absolutely beautiful and spiritual, and it was good fun with good friends. We met up with the Vanlife UK group. Miles, having enjoyed Solstice at the Stones, we retreated to the Peak District. Lou had explored it a little bit, but I had never been before, and it was beautiful. We spent Christmas Day wrapped up nice and cosy underneath Mam Tor, a beautiful location with some interesting mines and rocks, lovely places to take the dog for a walk. And that, dear friends, brings us more or less to the present day. I know that our little break meant that the videos didn't get published on time, and I apologise, hence the double barrel videos one after the other today. I hope you all enjoyed your Christmas. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year. As we currently sit, we're just getting into January, and we have more journeys ahead, events planned, and maybe some overseas trips, travelling all the way across the pond. Much more to that coming up in the following weeks. I just want to quickly, as usual, if you've watched all the way to the end, you're my absolute favourite. Thank you so much. And again, a massive shout out to our Patreons. Honestly, without the support of our Patreons, even though it's just a little bit trickling in, it really helps having a small monthly income. Lou and I are both now working on ways that we can passively earn from the van. And for those of you who are spending some, little bit of pocket change here and there and helping us out, helping keep this old ragamuffin van on the road, a massive thank you. We're working on ever more rewards and postcards and things like this to give to our patrons. So if you have a little bit of pocket change and fancy helping us out, the link is in the description to join our famous Patreons. That's going to be it for us this week, though. From Lou, myself, and of course, our newest arrival, Jester. We thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next video.